Today's vehicle that we're going to be working on is a 2014 Dodge Ram pickup. We're going to go ahead and replace the 3 dash-mounted speakers. There's one on both the left side, right side, as well as the center. I'll show you step by step what you need to do. Pretty simple job. I don't want you to overthink it. I'll show you step by step what you need and what tools you're going to need to get them out. With that, let's get started. Right now what I want to do is I want to gain access to the speaker here on the far right side. The far left and the far right are going to be exactly the same. So once I get this off, we'll go ahead and work on getting the speaker, and then I'll also show you how to get the center speaker out. Most speakers are removed by removing the upper dash pad. This one actually has just a speaker grill. So we're going to luck out in that aspect, so we don't have to worry about taking the whole front trim piece off. As always, we're going to get our favorite plastic trim stick. Pick it up at any local parts store, Harbor Freight, etc. Just going to find you a corner, wedge it up under, and start pulling. Use your hand to keep it up in certain places. There we go. Now we've got it off. We've got our favorite plastic trim snaps. They're still in place. We don't have to worry about them missing. Like I said, the left side is going to be the same as the right side. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get on to removing the speaker, and then I'll show you the center. What I'm going to recommend using is a 1/4 inch hand ratchet and a 7mm short socket. With these you can get in there. Once you break it loose, the bolts are pretty much to where you can almost use your hand the rest of the way, which is what I've kind of already done. It's a little tight squeeze up here by the windshield, but it can be done. Obviously the speakers are put in on the dash before it's in the truck, and the windshield not being in the way. Like I said, once you get it loose, you can probably do it by hand. Alright. Just going to pull up on the speaker so I can get it out of the hole. The connector's over here by the fender side. All we got to do is push in on the lock. Works best if you got a small screwdriver. I was just using a ballpoint pen, whatever I had with me. This is what the speaker looks like. It's going to be the same speaker for the far left, the center if you do have the sound system that has that, as well as the far right. Installation of this particular speaker is exactly opposite of removal. Plug in your connector, drop the speaker in, bolts, cover. Pretty cut and dry. So being that the left side is the same as the right, we're going to obviously move over to the center now. We finished up the left side and we finished up the right side speaker as well. Now we're going to move on to the center one. Once again, trim does not have to come off. There's a speaker grill. This grill actually has a sensor in there. So what we got to do is we got to find our corner again. See if we can get up on there. This one's kind of a tight fit. There we go. Up and then snap. Real tight fit. We've got a connector right here for that sensor that we need to push in on. Release the lock and then down at the same time. There we go. There's that sensor we were talking about. There's the connector. Now we move on to the speaker. Gonna be the same scenario again. We're going to use our 1/4 inch ratchet, as well as a 7mm socket. Once we get broke loose, it will come out pretty much by hand if you need to. That corner, unfortunately, we're going to have to use a wrench on. Windshield is in the way, so you got to get you a 7mm wrench. I'll go ahead and get this bolt out of here. We got one down. This one's getting a little bit tighter than normal, so I'm going to use the ratchet the whole time. There we go. So now we just get our wrench to get back up in here. It's going to take a while. Just slowly work it out till you finally get it out, and then just remove the speaker out of the way and install the new one. When you go back to the trim cover, make sure you do install the connector. It's going to be kind of tight, but you can get in there. Once you get in there, just make sure you clean your handprints off the windshield because it was a tight spot, so you've been rubbing up on it. Once you've done that, verify that they operate properly and you have the job done. Once again, thanks for watching my videos. Always stay tuned for more.